Look at her, she's spitting nerdy. Look at her, she's spitting nerdy. Can't you see she's spitting nerdy? Look at her, she's spitting nerdy.
Good morning, everyone. I am off to the gym to get in my morning workout, and I'm having an energy drink today. You guys know I am not like a big energy drink person. I would never advocate for someone to be constantly drinking energy drinks. I have an energy drink maybe once every like 3 months, but today just felt like a day that I wanted to have one, so I'm having one. Today is a heavy leg day. I haven't had any caffeine for a few days, so I figure giving myself a little bit of a caffeine boost before my workout might help me just completely smash it, which is the goal. Runa is my energy drink of choice. 1, because it's not flavored with stevia. I just hate the taste of stevia. And 2, because the ingredients are some of the most natural that you can find in any sort of energy drink. It's not like the most ideal. Like, coffee is cleaner, but as far as energy drinks go, this is the best one, in my opinion. Time to go hit a squat PR. Just got to the gym and I'm so excited for this workout. Not entirely because of the energy drink, although I'm sure that's helping me with my energy just a little bit. Mostly because my workouts have been feeling so great lately because I've just been so much more on point with my nutrition and like tracking my calories and making sure I'm eating enough. So let's do this. I would call this a successful workout because I did indeed PR on my squat, but I did 1 more rep for each set. So I PR'd volume-wise, not technically weight-wise. But either way, it was a good workout, and now it is time to have a wee bit of food. The current plan is to make a little post-workout adaptogenic latte and have some eggs and roasted veggies, so I'm gonna get on that because I'm hungry. You guys have been requesting that I go through my go-to latte ingredients, so I actually have everything laid out right here. I always start out with a base of some sort of plant milk, either cashew milk, almond milk, whatever I happen to have on hand. Today it is cashew milk. And then for flavors, I either go with chocolate, so I'll just use my big thing of cacao, or I'll usually do a vanilla chai latte. So for that, I just have a little bit of vanilla extract, and then I use cinnamon, ginger, cardamom, and cloves in that order of like decreasing amounts. My go-to sweeteners are either coconut nectar or maple syrup. Sometimes I use honey, but not very frequently. That is kind of the base, and then from there I will add all of my extra ingredients. Usually I will throw in an adaptogen or 2. And I actually have 3 new exciting adaptogens to tell you guys about, courtesy of the Matcha Reserve. So I'm gonna talk you through Maitake, Astragalus, and Maca powder, all of which are super exciting adaptogens. I've been using Maca and Astragalus for quite a while. Maitake is a new one for me, so I am excited to be testing this one out. But I'll tell you more about those after I finish going through the rest of this. I'll usually add some sort of collagen to my lattes just to get a little bit of extra protein and because it's good for your gut and stuff. And then since I am currently on a bulk, I'm gonna be adding some creatine to help with the muscle building. And then I don't always add a fat, but sometimes when I have a hot chocolate, I like to make it a little bit more fatty to make it creamy. So I'll either add the chocolate ghee or some cacao butter. And that's kind of the basics of my adaptogenic lattes. I'll either just make like a regular hot chocolate or a chai latte and then add adaptogens, either collagen or creatine, and some fats. So today, since I've been having hot chocolate a lot lately, I think I'm gonna go with the chai latte just to mix it up. So this is what I've got going for today. I have 4 ounces of the cashew milk. I'm gonna do a couple shakes of cinnamon, a little bit of ginger, some cardamom, just a tiny bit of cloves. That was too much. And a splash of vanilla extract. Oh, geez, that might have been way too much. Splash of maple syrup. For today's adaptogen, I'm gonna throw in 1 teaspoon of maca powder, about a teaspoon of creatine, 1 scoop of plain collagen, and then I like to start blending as I slowly mix in some hot water. And that, my friends, is my perfect little post-workout recovery adaptogenic latte. I'm super stoked to be working with the Matcha Reserve again because you guys seemed to really enjoy it last time. A lot of you took advantage of their offer and I managed to get you guys the same thing this time. So if you do want to check out any of their products, they have a ton of adaptogens. If you order within the next 24 hours from when this video goes live, you can get 50% off. And if you order within the next month from when this video goes live, you can get 40% off. So this is a fantastic opportunity for you guys to check out and try some new adaptogens at a very reasonable price. I've done a few videos explaining the benefits of other adaptogens that I take regularly and absolutely love, so I'll link those down in the description. Today, I'm just focusing on my new 3. So since I put maca in my latte, we might as well start with that one. Maca is a root, and in addition to being an adaptogen and having all of the cool benefits that come along with being an adaptogen, it's also just generally very nutrient dense. So even if you don't want adaptogens for their adaptogenic properties, maca is still a great thing to incorporate into your diet. One of the biggest benefits of maca is that
that it can help balance female and male hormones. A lot of these studies regarding balancing like the actual sex hormones are done in postmenopausal women and men. So there isn't a ton of research done on women who are experiencing hormone imbalances who haven't gone through menopause yet, but you can kind of extrapolate. Hormone balance, or lack thereof, is kind of, I hate to say it, but a trendy topic right now. But it is really important to educate yourself about it and to look into potential hormone imbalances if you're experiencing any health issues that are symptoms of hormone imbalance. In modern society, it is almost impossible to avoid daily exposure to xenoestrogens and endocrine disruptors such as BPA and other chemicals that can be in your shampoo or your cleaning products and stuff like that. And these things get into your body and mess up your hormones. So even if you're not on like hormonal birth control or taking any sort of other hormone supplement, you may still be exposed to a bunch of other things that can misregulate your hormones. So obviously, you know, if you're experiencing issues, go see a doctor, but taking something like maca can be a great way to supplement to help promote hormone balance if you're someone who isn't experiencing major issues that needs like more medical attention. Maca powder has also been shown in multiple studies to help improve mood by decreasing anxiety and depression. It has also been shown time and time again to help improve endurance and physical performance. So I personally usually will take maca as a pre-workout, so I'll put it in my coffee or put it in a little adaptogenic latte, maybe with some cordyceps and other stuff to boost endurance. And then there's also some research to suggest that it may help improve brain function. So maca is probably up there with one of my favorite adaptogens. It's a powerhouse. The next adaptogen is astragalus, which I always say wrong, and I always want to say astragalus because that just sounds better, but no, it's astragalus. It is a root, and its main benefit is that it can majorly help boost the immune system. Regular consumption of astragalus can help boost your body's production of white blood cells, which are like the army of the immune system. And it's been shown to make the biggest difference when you're already under some amount of immune stress, because adaptogens are balancing. If your immune system is functioning fantastically and doesn't really need to do anything, then it's not going to do as much for you because you're already where you need to be. But if you are having some immune issues, it can potentially help more. There are human and animal studies to show that it can help fight off viral infections, and it is also one of the best adaptogens when it comes to potentially helping fight cancer. There are a few different test tube studies, which I know is not the most applicable to humans, but it is a good start in the research that show that astragalus can help promote apoptosis, which is programmed cell death of certain cancer cells. There was one really cool study that actually took cultures of a very specific breast cancer cell and gave it different levels of astragalus, which ultimately showed that astragalus was able to downregulate expression of certain proteins and upregulate expression of other proteins, which ultimately led to inhibiting the growth of the cancer cells. And finally, astragalus is thought to help treat seasonal allergies. Now, there isn't a ton of research to support this, though there was one really cool study where they actually took groups of people with seasonal allergies and gave them astragalus, and it was a double-blind, placebo-controlled, etc. study, and the astragalus was actually able to help with their allergies. But beyond that, there's not too much research, but it has been used for centuries to help treat seasonal allergies, so that is suggestive of it having some benefit. And the last adaptogen is maitake, which is a mushroom, and astragalus is potentially good at fighting cancer. Maitake, even better. It's been shown to have a positive effect on overall immunity, and there's actually quite a few studies that do show that it does actually help potentially, don't want to make any medical claims, but potentially fight off tumors and cancer cells. There are actually quite a few cancer studies done on humans with maitake, but one of the most interesting studies, in my opinion, was one done on mice. And it was able to demonstrate that when mice with tumors were given maitake, it was actually able to not only suppress the tumor growth through certain mechanisms, but also upregulate the production of cells that helped fight the tumor. So if you're all about fighting cancer, my top 3 adaptogen recommendations are maitake, astragalus, and chaga, which I have talked about numerous times before. And then lastly, maitake has also been shown to potentially help fight type 2 diabetes as well as lower cholesterol. So all in all, 3 absolutely amazing adaptogens that I definitely recommend checking out. I also recommend checking out all the other adaptogens on the Matcha Reserve website. Remember, you can get 50% off for the next 24 hours. Oh, I guess I should give you the code to do that. There's a link. I'll put the link right here, and if you use the code SUPERMARISSA, that gets you the discount, and then for the next month you can get 40% off. And with that being said, I think it is time to make some breakfast. The latte filled my tum-tum a little bit, but I need some real food. While I was chit-chatting about adaptogens, I actually roasted some veggies in the oven. This is just a few carrots with some delicate tortilla squash. Just roasted them with some salt, pepper, and paprika. Now I'm gonna make some eggs to go along with it. This is quite unfortunate. I planned my macros around having 4 eggs for breakfast. I only had 3 left. Gonna have to figure out how to get more protein. And breakfast is served. Got a lot of protein, got some healthy fats, got some veggies. Perfect. Time to go eat this and then get a ton of work done. I just spent the last few hours editing a video, so I've just been on my butt. So it is time to go be active and get some steps in. But before I do that, I'm gonna have a little glass of my homemade kombucha. A, because it's kombucha and I love it, and you guys know how I feel about kombucha, but B, because it helps with digestion. You know, I thought I could eat a lot, because when I eat intuitively, I definitely have days where I go way over 2,000 calories, but I've never hit close to 2,000 calories consistently, at least for a very long time. My body is not used to this anymore. And so I've actually been finding it kind of difficult to hit these increased calories consistently every single day. And I'm sure part of that is due to the fact that somehow I've been having my breakfast super late in the day, so I've had to actually cram my calories into an even shorter eating window than I usually do. So there's a little bit of that in there, but also I feel like full all the time. I don't feel hungry at all anymore. And it's not necessarily a bad thing short term to not be hungry all the time, but I feel like I'm stuffing myself, and I feel like, I don't know, it doesn't feel ideal. So I'm trying to do what I can to help my digestion. So I actually think what I'm going to end up doing is staying at my theoretical new maintenance calories for another week. Today's actually the first week that I'm supposed to be bumping up my calories. I don't think this video is going up for like another week and a half, so we're a little bit in the past right now. So I think I'm gonna end up staying at 1,975 calories for another week, which is theoretically my maintenance for this amount of activity, because I was eating intuitively before I started this, and I thought I was eating somewhere close to that, but now that I feel what it's like to be constantly eating that, I don't think I was eating close to that. I was probably eating closer to about 1,800 calories on average. So even though I'm technically eating at maintenance right now, I'm still eating about 200 calories more than I was before. And it kind of feels like my body's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow down there, dude. What are you doing? What do you expect us to do with all these calories? So even though I'm not in a surplus, my body kind of feels like it is, like I just physically feel like I'm eating in excess. And so at this point, I feel like I just need to listen to my body. And right now my body is telling me like, hey, slow down. Let us figure this out, and then you can keep increasing from there. And right now I'm still like experiencing strength gains. I feel fantastic in the gym. I don't feel like I need more calories to keep making progress. So I'm gonna try to make the most out of this first calorie jump before I increase my calories again. And this is exactly what I was talking about in my last video with regards to this being such an individualized process and kind of having to take it one step at a time, and why I can't give any definitive like guidelines that everyone can follow to do a reverse diet. So all this is to say, throughout this whole process, I'm going to be listening to my body, figuring out what works for me, and reporting it back to you guys. Walk complete for the day. It's back to work for me, but first I'm gonna have a little snack. I just cut up a pear, and I'm gonna put some chocolate peely nut butter on it. This stuff is my jam. Peely nuts have, I'm pretty sure, the highest fat content of any nut, so the peely nut butter is just super creamy and buttery and delicious. I feel like I picked a bad day to vlog, because literally all I've been doing is working today, but I did just take a break from work to make some dinner. I have some Banza chickpea pasta with about 6 ounces of grilled chicken, and then I made an avocado dressing from scratch. Our neighbor just gave us a ton of avocados because he has 2 avocado trees, so they're like all going bad at the same time, so I'm desperately trying to work them into like every single recipe. So I made some avocado dressing. As I've been going through this bulking process, I've really been focusing on keeping my protein on the higher end, so closer to 1 gram per pound of lean body weight, so around 90 to 100 grams of protein. And so dinners like this have been my go-to, because the chickpea pasta is super high in protein, and then I just top it with a little bit of extra protein, and then it just is a lot of protein, and it's great. My one complaint is that the chicken hadn't completely thawed when I started cooking it, so it took forever to cook, so now my pasta's cold, but oh well. I've been working on this avocado dressing recipe for about a week and a half now, and I'm starting to think it's getting there. It's getting to be really good. Dinner was delicious, and now I'm just washing it down with a little bit of peppermint tea and some Cool Kitchen, or the crunchy mint dark chocolate. And with that, it brings me up to 111 grams of protein, 181 grams of carbs, and 107 grams of fat, which is actually
definitely more than 1,975 calories. I'm actually pretty close to the 2,025 calories that I was supposed to start eating this week. Maybe this week I'll play it by ear. I'll shoot for 2,025 calories, and if I just feel too full to get there, I will make sure I hit at least 1,975. So if I can get in a few extra, great. If not, I'll just stick with my maintenance. Sorry if I sound like nasally. I've been sneezing like all day. I don't know what's been happening to me these last few weeks. It's felt like I've had allergies. But I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to have allergies until like the spring. I don't usually get allergies, so I'm kind of confused. I should have had the astragalus this morning instead of the maca, since it's helped with seasonal allergies. I'm gonna try that for the next week and see if it actually helps. Speaking of which, don't forget that you have 24 hours to get 50% off of all Matcha Reserve products, or a month to get 40% off of all Matcha Reserve products if you use the code SUPERMARISSA, or go to this link, which is down in the description. I'm finally exporting my video that I spent the last few hours working on, so I just need to make a thumbnail and upload it so I can publish it tomorrow, and then I will be done for the night, and then I can shower and go to bed because it's already late. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up because it really does support me and my channel, and I really do appreciate it. Please share this video with your friends and your family and your neighbors. Subscribe for more videos and hit that notification button so you don't miss the videos, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.